time. Yay, da, 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 da. Yay, da, 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 da. Yay, da, 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 da. Yay, da, 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 da. Yay, da, 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 da. Yay, da, 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 da.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, everybody. I'm Rabbi Daniel Schaefer. It's my pleasure to be joined tonight by our music educator, Joshua Cohen, as we begin to celebrate Shabbat. I want to wish everybody a good evening across the interwebs, whether you're joining us on Zoom, on Facebook, on our website, or on Brookline Public Access TV. Welcome to Temple Ohabei Shalom. And if you have access to join us on Zoom, I'd encourage you to come find us here. It's a little easier to share the names of your loved ones as we have a chance to pray later tonight. As we begin to enter Shabbat, I invite you to just take a moment and leave behind the weight of the week. Whatever has been weighing you down, holding you back, or stressing you out, take a deep breath and just let it go. We have an opportunity tonight to move through the liturgy, to sing our way through the evening service, and to be able to find a deeper place, a place of peace. And we begin to mark that transition by lighting the Shabbat candles. And if you have candles, I invite you to bring them out and light them with me tonight. I'll be lighting from my house, and Josh will be leading us in the blessing over the candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We continue with Shalom Aleichem, which can be found on page 24 in your prayer book. And I've shared the link here on our Zoom chat, and I'll share it with Facebook Live in a moment.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Amlachim Akadosh Baruch Hu. Moachim L'Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Amlachim Akadosh Baruch. Barundi L'Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Amlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem L'Shalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Melech, Malachi Amlachim Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
We continue with Psalm 96, which can be found on page 13. We'll be picking up with the line Ya'alo Sadai at the bottom of the page, which you can find in the repaginated Siddur that's online. Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo, speaking of the liveliness of the fields and all that is in it. Az yirananu kol atzei ya'ar, how they shout with joy.
Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 az yiranu kol hatzei ya'ar 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 Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 sing it out az yiranu kol hatzei ya'ar 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 Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 Ya'alo Sadai v'chol asher bo Ya'alo Sadai ay 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 ay.
We turn to page 20 for L'chad Odi, and we sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And I invite you to rise with me on the 9th verse as we turn toward the doorway and greet the Shabbat bride together.
L'chad l'chad Odi לכאן לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת הקבלה. לכאן לכאן דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת הקבלה, לה 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 לה. לכאן דודי, לקראת קלה, פני פני שבת הקבלה. לכאן דודי, לקראת קלה. בני שבת הקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, בני שבת הקבלה. תתעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לך לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לה 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לך לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה בואי ושלום עצרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובזאת עולה תוך אמוני ים סגולה בואי כלה בואי כלה יא לה 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 דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לה 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 last time לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בנפני שבת לקבלה.
Lately, I've been reflecting a lot on the things that we've lost not being able to be together in synagogue. And I miss the sound of our voices blending together in harmony and the feeling of everybody in the room. But one thing that we've gained is the ability to sing with our hearts wide open, as loud as we want, as freely as we want. Do not be shy. Do not be embarrassed. Nobody is going to hear you while you're home. You have permission to bring your full soul to singing and praying. And I hope that that's something we can all learn and grow with over the next amount of time that we're home and not able to gather together. We turn to page 22 to sing a line from Psalm 92. If you prefer to flip all the way back to page 342, you can find this line, Magalu Ma'asechaya. turn to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, hagala b'hagala, u'vizman kariv, v'meru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach, Le'alam ulamei almaya yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha v'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'alma, v'meru, amen. Please join me in rising in body and spirit for the Baruch Hu, which Josh will lead us in.
Woo! Josh is tangled. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. We're going to do a special version of Ma'ariv Aravim tonight, which I'll share on my screen in a second. It's by Noam Katz, and it's called Rolling into Dark. And one of the things that excites me so much about Judaism in the 21st century is the creativity and the innovation and the willingness to look at our liturgy and reimagine what is possible and create new melodies. And this has become one that I really have fallen in love with. And I hope that if you don't know it, it's the first time you're singing, you'll take the opportunity to learn it with us tonight. And he takes a line from the evening prayer that we say after the Baruch Hu and focuses on the turning of day into night, of light into day, and the cycle of nature, which we have the opportunity to witness and to experience wonder with every single day.
Night becomes day, day turns to night. Give that a try. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. One more time. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kol el-or mipnei choshech, kol el-or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei yom. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kol el-or mipnei choshech, kol el-or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei yom, v'choshech mipnei yom, v'choshech mipnei yom.
Turn to page 32 for Ahavat Olam and sing a melody by Debbie Friedman that was probably seen as quite revolutionary when she wrote it many decades ago.
ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו ובהם יומם ולילה נקי יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל.
We join together for the Shema on page 34. Turn to page 36 for V'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
Turn to page 40 as we sing the Song of the Sea, Mi Chamocha.
Yes, let's cross that sea together, y'all. מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות תוסיף אלך, נורא תהילות תוסיף אלך. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע יניב ממשה, זה לי ענו ואמרו, זה לי ענו ואמרו. Adonai imov leolam vaed, Adonai imov leolam vaed. Yalai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yalai lai lai.
We turn to page 42 for Hashkivenu, an opportunity to ask for peace as we lie down tonight, and the opportunity to be returned to life tomorrow morning. I don't know how many people are ready for bed right now, but even if you're not ready to slip under the covers, there's still a couple more hours of daylight. Set that intention that when you lie down tonight, you bring the peace of Shabbat with you, and that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you feel refreshed and restored.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomrei nu lechaim. Ushmor tzedkeinu uvoeinu lechaim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Go to sleep tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Please wash your hands tonight. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu v'shalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu v'shalom, ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim.
We turn to page 44, Vishamru. I had a wonderful philosophical debate with a student this week about the purpose of creation and what is the final act of creation. If you understand the final act of creation to be humankind, then perhaps you understand the world to be created for human sake. And everything that happens on the first 6 days leading up to that is for us, so that we might have dominion and rule over the earth. And he pointed out that actually the final day is Shabbat. And Shabbat is the last act of creation, a day of rest. And so as we head into Shabbat this week, it has me feeling that perhaps the purpose of creation is not just for us, but that we get to experience that peace on earth, that sense of Shabbat. And I wish that for all of us as we sing Vishamru.
I believe the last time Rabbi Schaefer and I did services, I believe we introduced this new melody of Vishamru. One of my favorites, actually, Craig Tomlin. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael in HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. We're changing keys. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael. So I can do et HaShabbat, yeah, la'asod et HaShabbat berit olam beini uvein b'nei Yisrael. You repeat. O-T, 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 le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Repeat. Kisheshet yamim, yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim et haaretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash. Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asod et HaShabbat l'dotam berit olam. Y'all crushed it.
We take a moment now to turn to the Amidah, which begins on page 46. Josh will lead us in the opening song and the first three blessings, and we'll have an opportunity for silent prayer before we return for prayer for peace. Osei Shalom. Please rise if you're able.
Sifatai titach ufi, yagite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Agadol, Hagibor V'Ra, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Ge'ula Livnei V'Nehem, L'man Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol atah Rav Le'Hoshiach, Morid Hatal, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Ve'Hofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'leman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh, Shimcha kadosh, U'kedashim b'chol yom yahalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh. Shalom Aleinu. Say shalom b'mroma. Say shalom Aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'mroma. Say shalom Aleinu. Say shalom. Say shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'yakol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom b'mroma, Yaseh shalom Aleinu. Say shalom b'mroma, Shalom bimromav, Yaseh Shalom aleinu, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom aleinu, ve'akol ha'olam.
We turn to page 253 in our prayer books to offer a prayer of healing to say Misha Berach. And if you'd like to share the names in the chat with us of people you're offering a prayer for tonight, and if you're on Facebook and you want to share those names, I will share them at the end of the prayer since you're lagging about a minute behind us. But if anybody wants to share those names on Zoom and to type them into the chat, we'll take a moment. We're happy to share those with everybody tonight. The community tonight, we're praying for Linda Hoffman, John Jakobic, Elena Cox-Zorowski, Susan Liberman, Ira Chevelle, and Harvey Solomon, Chaim Meyer, Ben Shlomo, Vachana Leah. We add to those names the names of Norma Weiss, Isaac Miller, LaSalle, Marcia, and Alan. We join together on page 253 and we'll share the names of more people at the end of our prayer tonight.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misher Beirach Imotenu Mekor Abracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen, and let us say Amen.
We add to those names the names of Sally Kaur, Nate Stabler, and Claire Ruffino, and we wish them all a refuah shlema, and we dedicate our Torah learning tonight to their healing. Yesterday was the 17th of Tammuz, which begins a period known as the 3 weeks on the Jewish calendar. These 3 weeks lead up to the holiday of Tisha B'Av, which we will commemorate on July 29th. On Tisha B'Av, we remember a series of tragic events that have befallen the Jewish people, including the destruction of both temples in Jerusalem and the expulsion of Jews from Spain. The 17th of Tammuz is less well known than Tisha B'Av, but it too is significant, and a day when many tragic events have befallen the Jewish people, including the breaching of the walls of Jerusalem and the shattering of the first set of 10 commandments, which Moses smashed in anger after the incident with the golden calf. These 3 weeks always seem to arrive at such an inopportune time in the middle of summer. Summer is the high point of many people's year. It's a time of beaches and ice cream, school vacation, and summer barbecue. It is usually the time that we are least predisposed to mourn. Of course, this year is different in so many ways. As we continue to navigate through this pandemic, we are all grieving. We have all lost something. We have lost a sense of normalcy, comfort, and security. We have lost the ability to walk down the street and run errands with ease, the freedom to attend the movies we love, the sports we root for, and of course, our beloved synagogue. We are grieving the inability to see friends and loved ones, to travel, and to host people in our homes. This year, the 3 weeks seem to arrive at the perfect time to help us create a space to grieve and to mourn all that we have lost. We don't have to stay in our grief, but unless we feel it, we won't be able to find a way to move through it. Rabbi Rachel Barenblatt writes that the Jewish calendar gives us these 3 weeks as a time for feeling the brokenness that characterizes every heart and every life. These weeks offer an invitation and an opportunity to feel what hurts, not because we're going to stay in that brokenness, but precisely because we're not. And because recognizing what's broken is the first step towards healing as individuals and as a community. In the weeks ahead at Ohabei Shalom, we're going to create spaces for us to grieve and to share that grief with each other, opportunities to learn text, to sing, and to just be with each other, even virtually, as we prepare for Tisha B'Av, and the opportunity to end our collective mourning and leave behind at least a percentage of it as we move towards the high holidays this year. As I was thinking about all the things that we have lost during this time, one in particular stood out to me, and that is the loss of physical touch. If we're lucky enough, we are in a family unit or a pod with people and we're able to touch their shoulder, to give them a hug or a kiss, or to just rub somebody's back. But for many of us, that loss of physical touch is something that we don't notice and we don't have the experience to share with people out of a concern for each other's health. A friend who recently got to visit family members for the first time told me that being able to hug somebody for the first time in months stood out so strongly because it's something that we haven't been able to do for so long. This experience of physical touch stands out in this week's Torah portion, Pinchas, as Moses is asked to pass on the mantle of leadership to Joshua. God instructs him, V'samachta et yadcha alav, lay your hands upon Joshua. And Moses does as the Lord commands him. He takes Joshua and stands him before Eleazar the priest and before the whole community. Vayismach et yadav alav. He laid his hands upon him and commissioned him, as God had spoken. That act of passing on the mantle of leadership is done through physical touch, through the laying of hands. That Hebrew word samach or smicha becomes the way that the rabbis understand passing on the rabbinic title from generation to generation. And it was particularly sad and poignant for me this year as I watched my rabbinical school, Hebrew College, ordain a new class of rabbis and be unable for teachers to lay their hands upon their students and to pass on that mantle of leadership. Of course, physical touch is only one way of establishing a connection, and there are so many more ways open to us. We're able to listen deeply, we are able to share vulnerably, and we are able to do small acts of kindness to build that connection. But as we think about how to replace what is so difficult to replace right now, I want to offer a couple suggestions for how to experience that magic of physical touch and physical connection. For those of you who own pets, you may have experienced this as a welcome relief, the chance to pet a beloved cat or dog or play with the animals in your household. But even if we don't have pets, there is a way to experience the aliveness that comes with physical touch through something that is alive. And not everybody may be excited to embrace this, but I'm going to encourage you to go out and to hug a tree. That might sound a little crazy. You don't have to literally hug a tree if you don't want to, but find something that is alive in the world that you are able to touch in a way that preserves your health and come into physical contact with it. Go sit on the grass, hold a flower in your hand and smell it. Find something that is alive and experience that vitality that only can happen through physical contact. We have the opportunity these next few months of summer to experience the aliveness of the world. The trees are in bloom. The flowers have been beautiful. We have hours and hours of sunlight. And coming into contact with the natural world allows us to experience a vitality, to come alive in our own way. So I saw some laughs when I say to go hug a tree. But find your own way to just be out in nature and to experience that aliveness that is so present right now, and use it as a way to feel what has been missing, to feel what has been broken, and then bring that grief to us, to our community, so that we can share that together, so that we can listen and be vulnerable, and we can feel closer together. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're going to continue with our service with Aleinu on page 282. And I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we sing Aleinu at the top of the page.
Aleinu l'shapeach latot hakol, latet gila liyotzer breshit, she'unotei shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'moshev yikaru b'shamayim imam, u'shchina tuzu b'vgoyim meromim, u'Eloheinu heinod, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Please be seated. Before we turn to Mourner's Kaddish, I want to extend an invitation to everybody on Zoom. If there's anybody tonight who would like to lead us in Kiddush, has some wine or grape juice handy, I'll invite the first person who types yes into the chat window to be able to lead us. And Josh is more than happy to lead the blessings, but you will be our shaliach, our messenger, in drinking the wine tonight. As we turn to Mourner's Kaddish on page 294, I invite you to share the names of loved ones that you're saying Kaddish for tonight. And of course, of all the things that we are grieving at the moment, the loss of loved ones is the most deep and the most permanent. As a community tonight, we are saying Kaddish for Doris Zimmer, the beloved wife of former TOS cantor Alex Zimmer, as well as Lucille Levy, the longtime head of the TOS Sisterhood, and Dr. Alan H. Crook. If If you'd like to share any more names for Mortis Kaddish tonight, I invite you to unmute yourself or to type them in our chat. We turn together to page 294 for Mortis Kaddish, and I invite you to rise if it's your custom. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'almad divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomeichon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach u'le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudusha berechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. V'sei shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Before we turn to Kiddush and Motzi tonight, and Denise, thank you for volunteering. Larry, thank you for volunteering to lead us in Kiddush tonight. I'd like to send a big thank you to Josh for being with us tonight and leading us so beautifully in Kabbalat Shabbat. It's always wonderful to have you.
Thank you, Rabbi. Always a pleasure to be here rocking out together.
And Josh and Cassie are always leading Tat Shabbat every other Friday and every other Saturday through the summer. So you're welcome to join them any Shabbat that you'd like. Tomorrow morning, we're going to gather at 10:30 for Torah study, and I'll be leading the text study on the daughters of Tzlaf Echad. I hope you can join us over Zoom. The link is on the website and in the newsletter. Are there any other announcements that I'm missing? Somebody will let me know if I have. So Denise and Larry, thank you for volunteering. We'll turn to Kiddush on page 5.
Can I give you an announcement, Rabbi?
Zita, please go ahead.
On the website, the Sisterhood is having the honey ordering for gifts for the high holidays. So we encourage you to do that. It makes a wonderful gift. People love to receive it.
Thank you. Yes, the high holidays are around the corner, so please sign up to get honey. Denise and Larry, do you want me to unmute you?
Are we singing it or is Josh?
Well, Josh, either way.
Up to you.
We're game.
Do it. All right,
page
go for
5.
it.
Baruch
Atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'shabbat kadsha v'yaha u'ratzon yinhilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh bereishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim. Kivanu baharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol hami. B'shabbat kashecha, v'yaha u'ratzon inhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Thank you both.
And we have Denise's challah if you'd like.
Oh, wonderful. Please.
Challah. We still have the floor?
Yes.
All right, ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
That challah looks delicious. I wish we could actually experience it with you.
Rabbi, it's tiny because I call them quarantine challah. No
Well,
comfort.
thank you both for leading us tonight. And thank you everybody for joining us. Josh is going to send us out with a nigun that we began tonight with, the Mountain Nigun from Nava Tehillah. And if you'd like to stick around and say hello afterwards, please don't run away. I'd love to see everybody's face and say hello for a minute.
One more time. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shalom, Rabbi.